What's up, guys? I've ranked the MCU movies, I've ranked the DCEU movies, and today we are listing the top 5 I Am Groots. This is Rant!
Groot, put that thing away. Now, I don't want to tell you again. Groot.
I am Groot.
Whoa!
Hey.
This is one of the most controversial lines in all of the MCU. I am actually still surprised that Kevin Feige allowed this to be said in a PG-13 movie. Now I know there is a language barrier, and that is probably why this line was even allowed. But the truth is, you can learn the language, and it is about the intention and the tone. The way Groot delivers this line is damaging to a young audience. I am picking this line as number 5 not because I like it, but is because it is the most inappropriate and disgusting thing said in all of MCU history. What he says is,
I am Groot.
I am Steve Rogers.
First of all, what an introduction. We are seeing Earth's mightiest hero meet one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay? 2 separate planes meeting together by just name. Now, what makes this line truly stand out is the fact that Groot, when he says, I am Groot, is actually introducing himself as Groot. What I mean is when he says, I am Groot, what he really means is I am Groot. It is one of the first times in which I am Groot translates directly to the same thing as it is heard in the English language. And Steve Rogers, even though he may not understand the language, uses his mental mind power and manipulation to actually understand what is said, and he responds with, I am Steve Rogers.
I am Groot.
What's that?
He says, welcome to the frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy. Only he didn't use frickin'.
First of all, this entails that Groot has a very dirty language, even though he is still a baby. Now, if it were my choice to pick this list, which it is, I would pick Baby Groot as all 5 positions. But I don't want to make this list too boring, I want to vary it out. So instead, I opted to pick the best line from Baby Groot. The first reason why this is Baby Groot's best line is because it helps emphasize the relationship between Groot and Rocket. Rocket is not only friends with Groot, but it is more of a family-like relationship. He acts as a translator because he understands what Groot is saying, and he's able to communicate what he says. And the second reason why this is Baby Groot's best line is because it acts as an official invitation for Yondu to join the Guardians of the Galaxy. And what makes this moment resonate even more is that it takes place a few moments before Yondu's actual death. Yondu was able to join the Guardians of the Galaxy. He was able to become a part of the family. He was like a father to Chris Pratt Starlord, as Groot is a son to Rocket Raccoon.
I am Groot! I am Groot!
I personally like this line because it sounds the most like Vin Diesel. Also, it's super badass.
We are Groot.
At number 1, the climax before the climax. The first moment we see in Guardians of the Galaxy where someone becomes an actual hero. When the ship is falling down, it is destroyed, and is going towards the planet at 100 miles per hour, Groot knows that there is only one thing left to do. So, what he does is he stretches out his arms, his sticks, his roots, and covers them up in a ball. Because he knows that although they may be bad guys, they're still a family, and they are a team, and that he needs to protect them. He lets out a light, paving their way to greatness. And he says, we are Groot. Effectively communicating that although they all come from different backgrounds, although they may think differently, at the end of the day, we are still Groot. They hold the Power Stone in their hand, and they use the power of family bonding, and they destroy Ronan the Accuser. And although Groot luckily lived that day, he knew that there was a possibility that he was going to sacrifice himself, and that is what being a hero truly means.
If you like pina coladas